5 on your health tonight at 4:30. New advice for dealing with some of the most difficult people in your life. If you have difficult people in your life, here to explain is Dr. Manuel Pacheco, a psychiatrist at Tufts Medical Center. Good to see you, doctor.
Hey, doctor, it's great to see you. So let's start here. We hear the term passive aggressive tossed around an awful lot. So help us get on the same page together. What is your definition of passive aggressive?
I mean, passive aggressive is behavior that most of the time has nothing to do with you, but it's negative words and actions that are kind of being directed towards you. And the people that are doing it, they might not even be aware that they're doing it.
So, doctor, as you know, these relationships can be frustrating. They can even be destructive. So explain why people would possibly act that way.
So the passive aggressive people have things that they're not happy with themselves usually, or with a relationship they might have with you that they don't feel comfortable expressing because they don't feel like it's safe, or they don't feel like they could kind of control themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's anytime somebody has a negative feeling that they don't feel, for whatever reason, safe or even aware of that, to express it.
So Dr. Pacheco, let's talk about solutions. Does confrontation work?
So Ed, confrontation can mean a couple of things. So most people think of confrontation as like getting in somebody's face and saying, stop, do that, or whatever. But there's a different kind of confrontation in which one of the ways that you can deal with this is saying to the person when they're acting or saying things to you in a negative way, to say like, that's not okay. And, why ask them why you're doing that, just in a non in your face kind of way. Right. Another way you can deal with it is just try to ignore it. And because sometimes when you overreact in any way, it reinforces that negative behavior and speech towards that person. Mm-hmm. And if it's with somebody that you're in a relationship with that's outside of work, you can also try to find out what's bothering them. And you can say like that boy, that's not, that's not nice. And what's going on? You want to talk about something. But brace yourself, because sometimes when you open the floodgates with that, it can lead to like a tsunami.
Right. Don't ask a question if you don't want to hear the answer sometimes. I know what you're saying, Doctor.
Right.
Thank you.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, there are periods where if it's somebody that has power over you that's behaving in a negative way, like leaving you off of a negative, an important email or not, you have to find other ways to deal with it. And like I said, the unusual thing about these kinds of behaviors is the people that are doing it, they might not even be aware of that. Right. They're doing that. So pointing that out to them can be helpful.
All right, Dr. Pacheco, thank you so much. Stay well, doctor.
Great to see you.
To our viewers, if you have any mental health questions that you would like our experts to answer, email them to ask@wcvb.com.